Welcome to the Learn to Educate podcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Feel free to leave a like or comment at any point throughout the episode. Now let's begin.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Learn to Educate podcast. Episode 1 is introduction. A couple subtopics that I wrote down was mental and physical habits, plans and expectations for the podcast, background, life goals, and interests. I'm going to take all those subtopics in this episode and incorporate it into questions that we created for each other. So let's close this out and get started. So,
All right.
Jamil, how's your morning going? What's going on? Tell me about what you did when you woke up this morning.
Woke up today at 5 a.m. Ate some breakfast, did a review of some work I did this week, and set up for this podcast. Just took some notes so that we can organize this. How you doing?
Right. Pretty good, bro. Woke up not that early. Definitely not that early. But I woke up at a decent hour. Yeah, I woke up around like 7:30. Because I don't know about you, but like every time I set an alarm, it's like I never make it to the alarm. I always wake up before it. It's like my mind tells me, you got to get up before this alarm. So I was like, all right. So I got up at 7:30. I didn't eat anything today yet because I have a barbecue today. I'm trying to save my appetite for that. I didn't want to eat too much. But yeah, so I just woke up, studied a little bit, checked some grades because my semester just ended.
My boy.
And then yeah, after this recording, I'm gonna go have some fun, relax on my day off. But yeah, so that's really it. But yeah, so you want to get into some questions or what?
Let's get started, bro.
All right. So first question I have to ask to you is, why did you want to start this podcast?
Well, you brought it up. You hit me up with a text, and a week later we met up and we discussed it over some food. The food wasn't that great, but we had a good conversation. And we got the planning down, and here we are now. I used to take notes. I started about 2 years ago on random interesting topics, and I just like categorized them whenever I had free time. But like for the past 3 months, I haven't been doing much of note taking on interesting things because I've been focusing on my work and my career progression.
Right.
So I thought that doing this podcast would be a pretty good way to have a goal every 2 to 3 weeks to discuss a topic and go over it with you. And honestly, I don't know where this podcast is going to go, but I think it's a pretty like positive output, and I think it's a good project to work on with you.
Right. I agree, bro. And going back to what you said about everything is so the premise of this is to learn for ourselves, but at the same time educate and entertain you guys as well. So the reason why I put in the Instagram bio that we're going to post every 2 to 3 weeks, every episode, isn't because we're lazy or busy. The reason why I said that is because we want to make sure to like gain information about these different kinds of topics we're going to talk about, because we don't know everything in the world. So we just wanted to make sure to study a little bit so that we have more stuff to talk about for you guys every episode. So that's basically what it is. That's hence the name Learn to Educate. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
All right. What do you think this podcast is gonna grow into?
Well, I think that we'll be pretty successful. I mean, I hope, because there's two different types of things you could do. There's what you can hope to turn into, and then there's reality. Obviously, on the reality aspect of it, anything can happen. We could blow up, hopefully, like all these different podcasts I see on TikTok, they just blow up. Hopefully that'll be us one day, but in the reality, anything could happen. This could flop, this could blow up, but we have to do everything we can for our own fate. If we be lazy, we don't do anything, and we're not entertaining, then we're not going to go anywhere. But what we're going to do is we're going to put in the work and the time. We're going to study for you guys. We're going to make it as entertaining as possible. And going on to the hopes, I hope that we can gain a lot of subscribers, but money and fame is not why we did this. We don't expect to be famous or rich off of this. We just wanted to do this as a fun task. And as you said before in your last question, uh, it's going to be a fun project, especially to do with you because we got a lot of chemistry going on. Every time I call you, we always got some sort of conversation, intellectual conversation going on, talking about something. So you're the
It gets
perfect
deep.
person to do this with. So yeah, so I could only hope that we could inspire a lot of different people because in the past, radio used to be big, but I feel like podcasts are really taking over. Like
Yeah.
people like Joe Rogan and different types of people.
I say Rich
Yeah,
Roll,
they're
bro.
yeah, Rich Roll, right. Yeah, so I feel like podcasts are really taking over, and I wanted to just hop on the wave, see what we could do, have a lot of fun with it, be creative,
Mm.
and make it as entertaining as possible for you guys, so you guys could enjoy, and make sure to put your post notifications on YouTube so you could see when the next episode comes out. I hope. But yeah, that's what I hope. I hope that we could just inspire many people, and hopefully the stuff we talk about in this podcast could educate a lot of people. My second question to you is, do you view yourself as a strong-minded person?
Hmm. I would say I would say I am currently. But about like I'd say 2 years ago, that's when I first started being like really unbending from other people.
Mm.
Uh I look back and I'm like, I used to let people decide what I do. Like if someone gave me advice, I'd like listen to them and like do what they say because I'm like, maybe they're saying something that is more logical, you know what I mean? Is
Right.
more better
Well,
in
you don't want
terms
to be
of
closed-minded. Yeah,
what's
yeah.
next. Yeah. But like I realized that I have to run my life, you know? I think
Right.
it was because of COVID because I was like secluded by myself and everything. And I had a lot of time to like think about like what I want to do, what am I interested in and stuff. And being strong-minded is like a developed skill that is self-taught or is learned from someone that you look up to,
Right.
and like when I found what I love to do, I just didn't care about anything else, and I just wanted to pursue what I had a passion for. So I would say right now I'm strong-minded, but before I definitely wasn't. But it's a working development,
Yeah, I feel. I mean, going back to the point you made about COVID, I feel like COVID opened a lot of people's eyes, not just like the health aspect, but it's like when COVID was like at its peak, I feel like everybody obviously was secluded from the outside world. So you either had two choices. You're either gonna work on yourself to make yourself better, or you're just gonna sulk and all this depression and all this horrible things that are going on in the world, and you're just gonna make yourself worse. So I
I
think the way you did, you chose the
Yeah.
first option and you pursued what you wanted to do, and you took this time, this alone time, to better yourself so that when this is all over, you're a different person and a more improved person, I should say.
I would say so, but what you said before was that like you can sulk about it and you could get sad and depressed over, what you're going
Right.
through. But I would say for a good moment, I definitely was because like it was
For
my
sure.
dream to, of course, be in high school and like be home playing video games and eating junk food and shit,
Everybody,
because
bro. Yeah, yeah.
bro, it hit like I had like wrappers on the table and on the floor and shit. And I was literally playing games and I was like, okay, let me just open up the application to go into classroom, right? Online. And then I'm gonna just go play video games on the side. And
Yeah.
then it just hit me out of nowhere. I just look around and I'm like, bro, this looks disgusting. And I don't want to
That's
live like this. It's just ass. And then you just, you come to that realization that the future you is literally right now, you know, what you do now is what you are gonna become, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's
Well,
my answer. My question to you would be tell me the lifestyle that you're trying to adopt and why.
all right. So the lifestyle I'm trying to adopt is, well, going back to what I just said about consistency. I feel like nobody could adopt like a lifestyle of choice unless they, one, give themselves self-discipline, like you always talk about with me, and obviously, yeah, just like make sure that you're consistent. So I used to, like I said, I used to wake up 10 minutes before work, dash out the door, get there right on time. I used to wake up 5, 10 minutes before school, get there right on time. But like now I'm starting to value sleep. That's one thing. I'm starting to value sleep
Mhm.
for sure. That 8 hours is no joke. Now that I like actually get a decent amount of sleep, it
Mhm.
improves it improves you throughout the day. You'll definitely have more energy. Um, but aside from that, taking vitamins every day and just trying to make sure to have the whole day to myself, because when you like wake up really late and just like do what you have to do and go back to sleep after, like in the night,
Yeah.
it's like you don't get like the full day, so you like kind of like feel like garbage. You don't feel like you did anything.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like
waking
lagging.
up early, exactly. Like waking up early is definitely like it makes me feel a lot better about myself. But but other than that, the lifestyle I'm trying to adopt, definitely I would describe it as like a healthy lifestyle, because in the past, like when you first met me, I was really skinny, but now like I'm a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes there's moments of insecurity, but
Mhm.
there's times where I used to go to the gym for like 4 or 5 months and then stop because I would get busy and then I would go back and stuff like that. But now I'm trying to stay. I'm I'm trying to use another word for consistent, but I guess that's what it has to come down to. I'm just trying to stay consistent with it,
Yeah.
and I'm not just trying to be uh healthy physically. Obviously, dieting comes along with that. Definitely trying
Mhm.
to eat better, like you said before. Junk food, video games, all that. I had that
Shit
lifestyle
don't work,
before
bro.
too. Does not work at all. So I advise everybody. I'm gonna go back to what you said. Your future is now. You can keep procrastinating and you say, okay, I'll go to the gym next week. And then it's gonna turn into next week, then next month, and then all that other stuff. But your future is now. So I think that everybody should adopt a more healthy lifestyle. And as you see the progress, you'll feel better about yourself. And definitely no more insecurities for me. But
Mhm.
definitely you gotta use your alone time as well, because mental health is everything.
Mhm.
So you should definitely uh use that time to, whether it's reading or just watching a movie or something, just make sure that you have enough time to sit down with yourself and make sure that you're truly happy.
Yeah, agreeing to what you said about lifestyle. I feel like alone time is very important. Personally, I spend like 45 minutes every morning for alone time, just just take notes or like journal some random stuff or like, meditate a little bit, maybe stretch, get a feel for the day, get it started. But I feel like the social environment, you definitely need that.
Right.
Because we're social, beings. But over time, once you have time to yourself, you're able to progress and be more social, get out there because you understand yourself, then you can understand others after.
Right.
So what's
Okay.
the next question?
All right. So I'll move on to this next one. My next question to you is, living in New York, what type of person do you think that it has made you?
New York. um Living in New York, I think it made me more optimistic, creative, um more open-minded to trying new things, of course, because we got everything going on over here.
Right. Very
um
diverse. Yeah.
and those train rides where you get the crazies. You gotta be open. You gotta understand them. It gives you, a sense of compassion. You see them and you're
Right.
like, you feel for them type shit, So
Yeah.
I think New York's environment is very different, very social, very active. We active out here.
Mm.
I think it's made a man of me. Wouldn't, I don't know where, how it would feel to grow up anywhere else but here.
Right.
So yeah, what about you?
I mean, I've lived in the same house my whole life. And I think that, like you said, it's very social and active. Like the place, the neighborhood that I live in is definitely a very active neighborhood because I have the park right over there. We both went to Marine Park. I have the park over there, basketball, all that stuff, and everybody's very friendly over here. So I feel like that helped me develop my social skills because everybody loves to talk. Everybody loves to get to know you. You get to meet people over here. So my family has an ice cream store located in my neighborhood. So I got to learn and meet a lot of new people, which is very important down the road. You definitely want to always meet as many people as you can because you never know what type of opportunity that can open up for you. But yeah, definitely going back to what you said, it's definitely developed me a lot socially, depending on the neighborhood that you live in. A lot of people
Yeah.
are very eager to get to know different people. So yeah, I think living in New York was it's definitely interesting. I would say that it's there's good days and there's bad days. Always something different going on. So yeah, so it's definitely fun though. There's a lot of opportunity over here.
hmm
But yeah, so did you have another question for your boy?
All right. Big question, big question.
No, let's get it.
What type of man do you want to be for your family?
That's pretty deep, bro. That's pretty deep. Um, no, but that's pretty simple question to
Yeah.
answer. You know me for a while now. I'm a very selfless person. I'll give
hmm
you the shirt off my back, dude. I'll do anything. I'll even put some people over myself, which isn't the best way to do things. You should definitely think about doing things for yourself, but I'm not that type of person. I'm not selfish at all. And I might have mentioned this to you before, but I have a lot of so like on my father's side of the family, me and my sister are like the oldest of the bunch. So I definitely want to be like a role model. Like I want
hmm
my little cousins to idolize because I have three really little cousins and I definitely want them to look up to me. So everything that I do is for them. And I also want to make my family proud. I won't lie. For everybody, college isn't the best thing. I don't really I'm not really like interested in college, but I definitely want to have a good career when I get older. And I definitely know that my parents want to see me succeed and graduate. So I put whatever I think about it to the side to make them happy. Another sign of selflessness. But
hmm
um but yeah, so school isn't for everybody. It's not really for me. But I know that everybody in my family wants to see me succeed. For everybody who's watching this and doesn't know, I'm Italian, so I'm a family man. I have a big
hmm
family. Everybody's very close, always has been. So I know that everybody out there is rooting for me. So I can't let them down and just give up because I just don't want to do something, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I definitely want to be not just successful. I want to be a role model. I definitely want
Yeah.
my little cousins to look up to me and I want my family to be proud. So that's definitely who I want to be as I grow up. So
I would
yeah,
love to hear that, man.
you could
You made a
probably say
very
it's the same thing.
yeah, I could say the same. Very selfless. I mean, usually it goes without saying. I'd rather speak with my actions rather than my words.
Right.
Um, but interesting thing of what you said was, you did go to college. and continued, and you did it for your family, even though you didn't want to take that path,
Right.
or rather you wanted to take that path, but it's not your interest.
Right.
I actually had to do the opposite, which is interesting. When you said that, it hit different. Because in order to pursue my career path, I had to go against the grain and, against the norm of other people saying, you should do this. But then deep in my heart, I literally would feel like I would be betraying myself if I, didn't choose what I went through.
Right.
It was a moment of you could either choose to you could destroy someone else's dream in order to pursue your dream. But in the end, the end goal obviously is to help and love your family and like the people who supported you or who brought you up.
Right.
But my next question would be, do you have something you're aiming for that's driving you at the moment?
Oh, for sure. So I'm almost done with school. I have about a year left, and at the same time, I work two different jobs, so I don't really have a lot of time for myself. But it's okay because everything I do every day, I'm just striving towards that goal to eventually be more of an adult for myself. Eventually, I want
Yeah.
to move out with you guys, get a nice crib together, and start our adult lives. No matter how long it is, I'm not sure how long we will be living together, but that's definitely what I'm looking forward to the most. Like I work Mondays, I work Wednesdays. I only have really like a day and a half off to myself. So I'm trying to make sure to save as much money as I can for my future and obviously for us when we eventually want to make a move. But
Mhm.
that's what I'm striving for sure. And I definitely think that maybe you could probably say the same, no?
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's a dream. I mean, it's every kid's dream to, move out with their close friends and, start
100%.
their grown-up lives and stuff. This could be our roaring 20s, bro.
Yes, it's definitely gonna be exciting. I think we're all looking forward to it. We could obviously speak for Eric and Elijah as well. They're definitely looking forward to it. But
Mm.
concluding with the questions though, I got one last question for you. This is the deepest one of all. So I hope that you wrote some notes down or you have something ready for me.
I
But
that didn't. I
oh,
didn't.
so
That's okay
let
though.
it roll off the top. It's all right. So, in your words, what do you believe is the perfect life?
Perfect life. Um,
Everybody has a different answer to this question, so just say what you
would
gotta
would
say.
you would that question be like, through my entire rest of my life, or you're saying,
Yeah, when it comes down to like family and you want to stay where you are now? Do you want to
mm,
move? Do you like the career you're in? Do you want to take another path? Like stuff like that.
I know some specific details of my career that I want to, succeed in,
Right.
but I wouldn't call it the perfect life. I would say what is the perfect life would obviously be like financial freedom, of course. But I would say I want my life, well, a perfect life, in my opinion, would just be just full of love, um, where you just have the freedom to do what you want when you want with the ones that you love. And that's what
Right.
I'm chasing right now. So I think I'm, on track to doing it, which is why I'm like so determined and wake up, me, I wake up like 3 a.m. and I go to sleep like 8 a.m. every day on weekdays. And then I
Right.
study on the weekend. I grind,
Right.
bro. This is what we want. This is what we want. So my perfect life would be love. It would be love.
Right.
Love and freedom.
I could definitely agree with that. Obviously, everybody wants to be financially free,
Mm,
do what they want to do without having to count nickels and dimes. But it's not just about when you use the word love, it's not just about the loved ones, it's about loving what you do. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like everybody could go to work, make money, and then come home and just repeat. But
Mhm.
if you don't truly love what you do, you're just wasting your time. It doesn't really make a difference. So I would much rather, in my own words, I would much rather take a career path that I am interested in that pays less money than take one that pays more money and I really don't care what I'm doing every day. I just go into work to, like
Yeah, just
you're
work.
pursuing your own career path. You're doing well
Dude,
with yourself.
I'm not gonna lie, I got lucky. I mean, that's what everybody says, right? They all get lucky. I got lucky and I found what I love to do. And that's literally why I'm so determined and like, willing to do anything possible to reach where I want to be.
Right,
Because like normally, if it was a normal job, I don't think I'd be trying this hard. There's
right.
no way. So this is like the hardest thing or the most passionate I've been, other than, playing video games or some shit, trying to win and rank the game or something.
Right.
But
But
yeah, it's like a different
challenge
type
is
of
good.
passion, bro. It's a different type
Challenge
of
is good,
drive.
dude.
Challenges is
Challenge
growth,
is,
bro.
challenges is huge. If everything was easy in life, we would never learn. We would never learn about anything. We wouldn't know what it's like to fail,
Yeah.
and it would be much
Oh,
worse when we do fail. You know what I'm saying?
trust me, bro. Over the past 3 years,
Or
bro, the amount of times I failed, shed tears, bro. I didn't say a word to anybody. I just, failed in silence.
right.
But I pushed through
But
it
that's
though.
okay though, because like you said, failure definitely equals growth down the
Mhm.
line. So I mean, yeah, that's all the questions you had, right?
Yeah, that's all the questions.
That's all the questions I had. So for all that have stayed throughout the entire episode, I appreciate you. For those that clicked off, that's also okay. I hope that you enjoyed. Definitely try and leave a like or a comment on this video, whether it's criticism or appreciation, whatever you guys want to do. We're all ears. This is only the
Anything.
the beginning. This is the first episode. It's only the introduction. So a lot of this stuff that we were talking about today was off the fly. So if we were repetitive a little bit, I apologize, but we're definitely we're gonna go with the flow. Definitely way more as we develop more topics that we have to research on. 'Cause this is just you getting to know us. You'll get to know us way more as the episodes go by. But I definitely have a list of more topics that we're going to talk about that we're going to need to study on, and it's going to be more engaging down the line. Maybe we'll do like a Q&A. You guys could send in questions about things you want us to talk about. But for now, I appreciate everybody who watched. Jamil, you have any more closing statement?
No, I mean, man, I'm proud of you, G.
Proud of you
Thank you
too,
for
bro.
inviting me to help you on this. And we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
we're gonna have a good journey here, bro. Looking forward to
Wouldn't
the next
want to do it.
episode.
Wouldn't want to do it with anybody else, bro. So, all right. So I guess everybody, well, it's Memorial Day weekend now. I would say have a good weekend, but
Yeah.
we'll be posting this tomorrow, hopefully around 5 p.m. So everybody who sees this tomorrow, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And
Happy Memorial
this
Day.
this is Sean and Jamil.
Probably.
Learn to Educate podcast. Later, guys.
Later.
Peace.